I used to be always intrigued by what happened after Mohenjo-daro, because the script used in Mohenjo-daro is very unique, and we now know that it goes from right to left. Although not every line was right to left, there are some variations of that. And to understand that and how it has been decoded by Yajnadevam, I'm going to have him come and explain it to us. That will probably another episode. Here, I just wanted to whet your appetite to understanding what happened to the Mohenjo-daro script. Were there some part of the script that was used or is continuing to be used in India even today? Well, turns out there is one, and that's what we are going to establish a link today, and also why Devanagari is very important. We know now that from Brahmi, as a script that Ashoka standardized, a lot of languages came, the primary one being Devanagari, but everything else like Telugu, Hindi, the Tamil script, the Khmer script, Assamese, Kannada, Punjabi, every script is derived from Brahmi. It's just a matter of how or what kind of accentuation took place to the letters that ended up being that particular script. Now, those of you who will say that, look, Tamil is even more ancient than Sanskrit, please remember that we need to locate a script, not the current script, because the current script is derivable from Brahmi. A script that existed before this, which will prove that Tamil was something that was there from even before Sanskrit. That's still work in progress. I mean, Khudabadi excavations are one such thing, but I don't think they have really found anything there that proves that Tamil was even more ancient than Sanskrit. So that is one part. Other thing is, Sanskritam is the mother of Latin. And you might ask me, oh, wait a minute, does this mean that English, German, Spanish, Italian, all these are also subsets of Sanskrit? Yes. And the first giveaway here is the fact that if you look at Sanskrit grammar, right, you don't have just singular and plural. You have singular, you have dual, and you have plural. There is something called as Shabda Manjari. If you are studying Sanskrit language, whether you are doing it at at a high school level course, you will be required to recite from this, and they'll give you a word, let's say Ramaha, and then they'll say recite the Sabda Manjari for that, and you have to recite Ramaha, Ramo, Ramaha, Ramena, Ramabhyam, Ramahi, and all that stuff. It goes, I don't remember the exact number, but there are many. So here, what it is there are three columns, okay? Singular, dual, and plural. Guess which other Western language has dual? Two instances of Rama. Latin does that. So that is the main link that tells us that Latin also is derived from Sanskrit. So Sanskrit itself is a refined version of Prakrit. Now Prakrit may be the one that was used in the Mohenjo-daro inscriptions. That debate for another day. But Prakrit itself has evolved, and then came Sanskrit, and Sanskrit also was written in many scripts, and the one that became standardized, that was during Ashoka's time, was Brahmi. I hope I've kind of made this thing easy to understand. So from Brahmi we got Devanagari, from Brahmi we got the other script, like I said. So all this stuff ties in nicely if we can understand how Mohenjo-daro script, parts of it, has been used in a different script. And that's what we have discovered, and that's what we are going to share with you. Again, this is something that is still work in progress. There may be some inaccuracies. This is just to whet your appetite as to what can happen if India starts seriously excavating the Dholavira area. That goes up to 2000 years before Mohenjo-daro, 4000 BC, 6000 years old. Who knows what that's going to throw up. So here we go. A small request to all of you to please like this video. This has taken us a long time to come up with this research. I hope you understand, and I hope more importantly you like it and you show it to our children and youth that look, this is a great civilization. It has been there for a long time. So mind-blowing facts about Devanagari, Sindhu lipi, and Mohenjo-daro script. So I'm going to show you some inscriptions and draw parallels here. Bear with me. There may be some inaccuracies because I myself found some inaccuracies. I'll come to that, deal with them one at a time. Devanagari derived from the Sanskrit word Deva, and that which is Murti or deity, and Nagari, city, meaning script of the divine city. Inscriptions from the 1st to 4th century CE in Gujarat and 11th century Udayagiri inscriptions in Madhya Pradesh show early forms of Nagari, with standardized Devanagari appearing in manuscripts by 1000 CE, 1000 Common Era. A mind-opening journey through ancient wisdom, forgotten tribal scripts, and rich cultural heritage, revealing how Devanagari is far more than a script. It's a potent gateway to lost knowledge. Now, let's take a quick look at Devanagari, a script for unity and diversity. It's not only used for Hindi, but it is used for over 120 languages. 120 languages. I mean, the things that just jump out are Sanskrit, Marathi, but did you know Nepali, Konkani, Maithili, Bodo, and Dogri all use Devanagari? I didn't know that. With 48 primary characters, 14 vowels, and 34 consonants, it's Abugida structure. Now, Abugida is something that is like every consonant has a slightly vowel sounding twang to it. So it is something between an alphabet and a syllabary. So, syllables, you know how it is, right? If you have one word, it will have multiple syllables and many more letters. So 2 to 3 letters are grouped into one syllable and so on and so forth. This is something that you learn when you learn the language. Now, Abugida structure, each one has a inherent vowel modified by diacritics. Diacritics are those symbols like ta with an extension like oo, right? Matra, we can say. That's again one explanation. There could be more, but that matra ensures phonetic accuracy. Ooh, right? In Tamil, you don't have both. You only have one. So this is the problem. There you have to contextually figure out where you have to extend it or where you have to not extend it. That phonetic accuracy is lost, especially after Periyar. He made a big mess of it, and even more letters were dropped, and it's now really, really difficult to understand what somebody is saying or somebody is written and what somebody is reading, especially in languages like Tamil. Unfortunate. This can be fixed. There is a Tamil script that has ta, tha, da, dha, na. There is. I've seen it. In fact, I've shown it in one of my conversations with Professor Subhash Kak. If you go back and look at some of the conversations I had with him 4 or 5 years ago, these things are all mentioned there. Essentially, because of its way it is designed, it is an excellent, versatile tool for diverse linguistic communities. The horizontal top bar forming ligatures and its ability to represent complex sounds like nasalized vowels and conjunct consonants enable it to capture the nuances of the language across India and Nepal. In the morning when I was discussing with Generals Ravi Shankar and Dushyant Singh, I mentioned that Tibet is the right way to pronounce it. It's not Tibet. The first T is actually soft. The second T is hard. Tibet. So this you would only know if the word is written in Devanagari, because there you can uniquely specify it. I mean, I have a map where I have seen this thing. This map was published in the 1930s, and it shows Akhanda Bharat, as a matter of fact. So Devanagari is the backbone of Indian linguistic heritage. The adaptability has made Devanagari the 4th most widely used script globally after Latin, Chinese, and Arabic, fostering unity among India's linguistic diversity. Yes, Devanagari is a script, not a language. Hindi is a language. Devanagari is a script. Now, we are going to now establish some connections. We are going to show you a chart which displays the ancient Santali or Sindhu script, an indigenous writing system once used by tribal communities across eastern and central India. It shares roots with the Harappan script. This script reflects a sophisticated symbolic tradition that predates modern alphabets. Harappan was 2200 to 1900 BCE. So the Santal script is taking you back there, and I'll show you some of the symbols, then you'll understand where it is. Now, this has been historically preserved through oral transmission and ritual usage. In fact, the Vedas were mostly transmitted orally. It is part of a broader network of native scripts that include Brahmi, Kharoshti. Kharoshti is the one that is the mother of all the scripts where you write from right to left. Persian, Arabic, Urdu, Hebrew, all these things are right to left. And it serves as a powerful link to the cultural and linguistic continuity of pre-Vedic, tribal and Harappan civilization. So here is the Sindhu lipi. You can see some symbols that jump out at you, that these are, I'm going to show you the interpretation of the symbols of Mohenjo-daro script by Yajnavedam. So here you can see, I'll take you to AN, and it is like a U with two lines on the top, right? You take a look at this one, you look at U, two lines at the top, and that is Yara, Lava, Sa, Sha. So it is saying Sha, whereas if you look at the Mohenjo-daro script, it means An. An interesting thing you will find out in the Mohenjo-daro script is that they have symbols for a combination of letters also. For example, An is two letters, An, and then you can have Ananan, which is three times the same thing. And you can also have other symbols, like for example, spider. A spider is Ashtapada or eight-legged, right? So you can see the spider is being depicted in various ways. But you also see a similar one in Sindhi, which is Ta. If you look at Ta, you look at Ta here, and if you look at the Ashta, As or AH or Aha, you can see that it is the same symbol. So the same symbol means a different phonetic though, different sound. So there is some what I would call as reconciliation that needs to be done. Either this is right and this is not, or this is right and this is not, or it could be just that that's the way it is. It doesn't matter. Basically what it is somewhere the symbols used in Mohenjo-daro and Harappan script got preserved, and here we are seeing in the Sindhu lipi, you are seeing some of these symbols being used. And I'm going to show you some more about this to give you an idea that whatever was there during Mohenjo-daro time, yes, it has spread down all the way up until today. The interesting thing here is the striking resemblance between many Harappan symbols and the equivalents found in Devanagari script. Harappan inscriptions often pair symbols in sequences suggesting possible conjuncts or ligatures, featured prominent in Devanagari where consonants combine, that is Ksha. It is KSA, right? That becomes Ksha. The Indus trident or comb symbol with parallel lines visually echoes Devanagari's conjuncts like T or Th. Language never dies, it evolves over time. So take a look at, I was going to take a look at, let me see, I was going to look at comb symbol. Let's take a look at comb symbol. If you look at the comb symbol here, the comb symbol is being used for E. If you look at that, doubled E, you can see two times, and for E, one symbol. And this looks like a comb, although you can say the comb is usually top and then lines are vertical. Here it is the other way around, it is 90 degrees shifted. It is, I mean, like I said, these are all early scripts. There could be some variations. In fact, Yajnavedam says that also when he was decoding this. Here also you can see something like a comb, although I would say it's closer to a ladder, which is the A symbol in Santal script. All right, so language never dies, it evolves over time. And the tribal scripts were not primitive. The primitive thing is often a name that the anthropologists came from the West. They said anything that did not conform to their perception of languages, that was all called primitive, and it's a wrong way to say it. This is something that they did not understand, and they couldn't figure it out. And not only that, there was not that many. These guys came in the 18th century, 19th century, right? That's when they really started dominating in India. They only saw a lot of stuff in Devanagari, so they sort of accepted Devanagari, but anything that predated it, like the Harappan script, that was, I think, discovered in the late 19th century, if I remember correctly. The first time somebody started looking at these things. So, from the geometric precision of Brahmi to the symbolic depth of tribal and Harappan markings, Devanagari has inherited a legacy of visual logic and phonetic sophistication. Look at the syllabic balance here. Ka kha ga gha nya, cha cha ja ja nya, ta tha da da na, and ta tha da dha na, pa pha ba bha ma, ya ra la va sha sa sa ha ksha nya. This evolutionary continuity reveals that Devanagari is not merely a writing system, but a living vessel of ancient Indian heritage. And to fight over saying that we don't want Hindi but Marathi is okay, God damn it, both of them are using the same script. This is one of the worst things that these guys picked up, these two Thackeray's, and it blew up spectacularly in the face of the Dravidas. When the three language formula was being introduced and they opposed it, it blew up spectacularly in their face. These people don't seem to listen. Something, just say, oh, Marathi, Maratha, some bullshit you peddle and see if it sticks, and then use that as a tool to get elected. That's all there is. So it is good to see that there was some connect between the symbols used during the Mohenjo-daro Harappan era and the Sindhi language, also called Santal script. This one has retained some of these things, although the sounds were maybe different, but the symbols are very same. So more work needs to go in here, and like I said, once Dholavira also is scripted, you'll find a lot more stuff to learn. Sindhi over time absorbed influences from various languages, and that's true of anything. I mean, today if you take Kannada or Telugu, Solpa adjust Madi, what does it mean? Just can you adjust? And same thing happens in Tamil also. Mare start up over there. That means it's about to rain. Why English in between? Because that is what the language has become. We can't make one full sentence in any Indian language without inserting one word or two of English. When I do shows in Hindi or Tamil, it creeps through. I'm sorry. And people understand it, they are fine with it. So this is how it goes. So every language has this absorption of influences from other languages, and in all these things you see that the Devanagari has been adapted to represent the unique sounds, and it also tells you it gives a very good bridge. Here you are seeing what is the similarity in some of the symbols between Devanagari and Sindhi. You can see special markings such as dots or lines to distinguish these sounds. In all the circles, the middle line is the one that we are trying to tell you. Like, for example, the first symbol is Ga without the top line. The last one has the Ga with the top line, which is Devanagari. You get the idea, right? You may want to pause on this screen to take a look at it in a little bit more detail to understand that these are all similar, and that they have a lot to contribute to the language, and by using Devanagari as the basis, we are going to really keep the country united. I mean, there is some stuff that I'm going to show you in another monologue, guys. The kind of vitriol being poured by Chinese. These guys are going to be on the streets begging for food soon, and this is the kind of vitriol they pour. So that gives you an idea of how desperate they are becoming, and also the kind of propaganda that is being used against India outside, especially in the West. Mind-blowing. But everything will be fixed with time. So it's just a matter of trying to find out, just to stay rooted, get your bearings right, and then you'll understand the richness of your culture. If you know Devanagari, you are not just reading a script, you are reading over 5,000 years of linguistic and cultural evolution. You are connecting with the very DNA of the Indian knowledge system, and yet you are only scratching the surface. Respect your script and revive your roots, for in them lies the essence of your heritage. A forgotten script is a silenced civilization. Let's bring back its voice. So that brings us to a close. I hope this was an interesting monologue, and you can feel free to ask me questions. There's a lot of stuff by way of reference links to go through them. I'm still hoping to get Yajnavedam one day to talk about his discovery of the Mohenjo-daro scripts and how he has deciphered it, and we'll have a very interesting session. There are a few of these available on YouTube. Do take a look at it, but I'm hoping to make it like a very in-depth thing. Let's wait and see. It will happen soon. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.